What is up, everybody? ASAPAC, aka ABR Barops 19, back with you for another round of Formula 20. We are at Spain today, the Circuit de Catalunya, and it's going to be a 50% showdown between what appears to be 16 drivers tonight. And we'll get a quick rundown of that list right now. And we're starting it off with the main man. That's Salty. He is the head honcho here in Formula 20. He is in the Racing Point. Great performance from him last week, coming back and taking away a podium on the final lap in Sector 3. And it was a well-deserved podium for Salty. Massive Noogies is back here in the Mercedes. Keaton, this is his first reserve race. Looking forward to seeing what Keaton can do. Looks like Salty was just booted from the session. Interesting. Logan the Flares here in the Williams. Good to see Logan back after he missed last week's race. Evan Quacks is here in the Ferrari again. Donut in the Mercedes. The M3 guy, our back-to-back champion now, 2 Grand Prix in a row. He's here in the AlphaTauri. JD is in the Renault, per usual. QJ in the McLaren. My favorite full-time reserve driver. Shout out QJ. Sorry for getting that wrong the first time. Luciano's here, and after his dominant France performance, he didn't have a great follow-up at Brazil. Got a little bit unlucky at Zandvoort, so we'll see what he can do tonight. One Gator Boy, he is a reserve as well. He's raced in Season 1, so he is back. Where he got exclusive auto in the Alpha. We've seen him recently. Good to see him back as well. I'm going to go with Scrivo. It's Scrivo. He's here in the McLaren. He raced in Season 1. He's reserving tonight in the McLaren. Pyden in the Renault per usual. Slick Willie's back this week in the AlphaTauri. And kidding, I'm not sure who he is, to be honest with you, but good to see him in the Red Bull. And then we should have another one. Sufjan's in the lobby as well. He hasn't picked a car yet, but he might be racing. And we should have another driver coming in. Shazam 50, new full-time driver for Haas. And let's see here, not that Kevin Smith in the chat saying, yo, we live. Good luck, everyone, except for one Gator Boy. Good luck to Gator Boy. Hope you do well, bud, in the Williams. Big expectations out of the British one-off, Formula One manufacturer. And let's see what he can do to represent the weakest team in the field, if you will, in real life at least. Looks like we're down to 10 in the lobby now, and I'm not sure what's happening here. Seems to be some sort of issue preventing everyone from getting in. And yeah, it looks like we're going to have a new lobby made up, because obviously things aren't going well here, and that's our invitation. But we're already in, I think. I think that was for this lobby. Here's the new one. QJ is here. Good to see you, QJ. Someone needs to dethrone M3, says Kevin Smith, and I agree, Kevin. Someone does need to dethrone the M3 guy. Who is it going to be, though, today? Who is going to put in the performance that can top the man who's been at the top for the last 2 Grand Prix we've had? Got the chance to speak with him both times, and I think he's pretty cool and comfortable behind the cockpit. Obviously, says that some nerves were on his mind during both of the races, but he looked pretty comfortable out front in clean air, and if we see that happen again tonight, it could be another walk-away victory for the M3 guy in AlphaTauri. He's definitely leading the championship. There's no question about that. Let's see if we can get the standings as is. And looks like we have them. Yes, M3 guy leads the way in the championship. He has 61 points, and that's just really dominant coming out of 3 races to pick up that many points. You can just tell this man is on a mission. Jay Luciano still holds second place with 25 from that first performance, and another 9 coming between Brazil and the Netherlands. Logan Lafleur with one did not start on the calendar already for him. He is in third with 33 points. Salty, after a big third place finish last week, picks up to 29, and fourth place Donut is right there with him though at 28 points. Did not start last week, so Donut could get back in the mix tonight. Time Lord, who will not be here today, he is in sixth with 21, and then you have Exclusive Auto, Sufjan, Massive Noogies, and Pyden all in the top 10. And let's see, looks like we have the drivers all set to go tonight. All 19 of them now. And who did we pick up along the way? Let's see, Mo Juice is here in the Ferrari. He was not in the previous lobby. Salty has a new teammate in Sufjan, so he's chosen his car now. And there is Shazam in the Haas, new full-time driver. And it's capped out now, so we picked up somebody else. Scrivo's here. Donut Keaton, Massive Noogies, Slick. Looks like we're good to go. Hey, John Carlos is here. Good to see you, buddy. Having a good peek in during the night shift. Hope you're doing well. John Carlos had a good performance yesterday at China in F1 Online. Was very impressed after a couple of up and down races this season for him. Really honed it in yesterday in China, so that was good to see. And then we got the gaming dog. He is here. What's up, Josh? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're not staying up too late, but appreciate you tuning in with us for a little bit. And yes, it is perhaps in the booth, boys. Per usual, we are here with Formula 20, and this is the Spanish Grand Prix. We have short qualifying coming up, followed by a 50% race. I haven't seen rain in a Grand Prix yet, and to be honest with you, I would love nothing more than to get a little bit of wet weather around Circuit de Catalunya, and hopefully that is the case. But Spain, as we know, normally not one for downpouring rain, so maybe we'll have to take a look, but we'll have to wait a couple of minutes to find that out. And if you are on the stream driving tonight, let us know if you guys think that it's going to rain in the race. John Carlos says it was time too, but also unlucky. Yeah, the start was a little bit unlucky yesterday, but you did pull it together after that, which was good to see. And all right, so our first question is answered. It's a dry qualifying, as it appears to be, and we're only going to go for 18 minutes here before we head on to the race, so nothing should change in this session. We'll see, depending on how quickly guys come out, maybe we'll get a sense of how many of them are going for dry setups versus wet. If we do have a wet race, I don't think we will. If it looks dry now, it should be dry in the race, but you never know. No one out of the pits yet, so we'll have to play a little bit of a waiting game. I do hear an engine firing up now, but we don't know who that is. Let's get the good stuff pulled up here for you, so you have an idea of what's going on. And there's a couple guys out there, actually. My apologies. Crashmaster is out and warming up tires for his first lap. We have a couple of other cars coming out of the pit lane now. That's one Gator Boy in the Williams. And I believe that's his teammate Logan Lafleur out now as well. We got a Haas and what appears to be a Mercedes Coming out now 2. Yeah, that's Donuts and Jay Luciano coming out, a Red Bull 2. And it's either Keaton or Kidding. It's Kidding on the medium tires. So we'll see. This should be interesting. I'd say the mediums to hards is the preferred race strategy 100%. The question being, how quick can you be on a qualifying lap here? And are you going to be able to put yourself in a position to win the race if you're going to qualify on the mediums? So we'll see who can put down the quickest laps early on here. And I'm curious to see what kind of pace Gator Boy has. And we're going to stick on board with him in the Sofina Williams outfit and get an idea of what his pace is like on his first push lap of the session. And here he comes up to the line now, opening that DRS for the long run down the straight here. Car should be hitting right around 200 as you see on the screen there. Got the car in full deployment mode, max engine and hot lap. And in the race, probably a little bit less, 10-15 miles an hour less on average. But here he comes now through the first sector and up to the timing line. Let's see how he stands. It's purple in 1. That could just be the game, but we'll give him some credit where credit's due. Looking good so far on this lap. Didn't use all the track there, but now coming through Sector 2. Nice job on the exit there to get down on the power. This is a tricky turn here. Corkscrew left-hander uphill. Does run deep there, so that's going to scrub off some time. But it should give him plenty of grip through the high speed right there and down the straight. That's not a bad lap so far from the Williams. Coming into Sector 3, got to be careful over that curb. Handled very nicely. Goes a little bit deep through there, and this is a tricky corner. If you can hook this up, that's going to gain or lose you a lot of time now through the final corner and up to the line. What's it going to be from Gator? And it's a 17.2, so not the best lap we've seen on soft tires at Spain, but not bad nonetheless. We have a couple of other cars going through now. Let's check in with Jay Luciano. He's invalidated, and behind him should be Donut, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check in with him real quick. Coming up to the line now. And it's a 16.3 from Donut. How about Kidding? He's on the mediums, mind you, so going to be a little bit slower, but we'll see what he puts in. It's an 18.3 from him. How about over to... There's an AlphaTauri coming up to the line. That might be the M3 guy. Yes, it is. He's going for a lap, though, and he's on the softs. We'll go on board with the double GP back-to-back champ here in the AlphaTauri. It looks like he's just not even going for a push lap, is he? We will come back to you in a minute. How about JD? He just clocked in a 16.5 on the mediums. Nice lap from JD early on here. And let's see who else is out there. How about Exclusive Auto on the mediums? He's coming through Sector 2 now. And Salty's in the chat. He says, round 4, let's go. And I agree. Dry conditions, but all overcast, says QJ, so that's some good insight. And then John Carlos says, what kind of division is this? High level. This is Formula 20. This is an All-American Grand Prix League Bar Sufjan, who's up way past his bedtime, if you ask me. But 20 guys here in the U.S. competing for dominance and glory in Formula 20. Exclusive Auto now final 2 corners. And he's doing all right on the mediums here. Let's see what he puts in coming up to the line. That can't be right. I don't know how. Oh, there we go. 17.8 from Exclusive Auto. That was a strange glitch in the game there. Let's check in who else is out on a lap right now. Logan the Flair, maybe? Looking like he's just kicking it off. So the Williams driver out there now. Give him a chance to show what he can do here at Spain. Didn't get to see him last week in the Netherlands, but glad to have him back for round 4 now. And yeah, John Carlos says, fast boys. I agree with you. They are definitely a couple of them who are going to be cracking into the 15s. Maybe even, I'd say low 15 is what we're going to be looking at towards the end of the session here. keep an eye on not only Logan, but Jay Luciano for sure has some good qualifying pace. And we'll find out shortly who is going to take the crown in qualifying. Guys, if you are in the chat and you're watching, let me know who you think might take pole position here. I know we don't have too many times on the board, and obviously some of those are medium runners, but we'll find out in 11 minutes and 15 seconds where everyone stands. Logan in sector 3 now, and he's looking pretty good on this lap. Got to hook this turn up pretty nicely through there. A little bit of bounce after he hopped over the curb out of ERS up to the line, but it's good for a 16.9 from Logan. So I think he knows he has some room to improve there, but not a bad lap to kick things off for him in qualifying. How about Mojus in the Ferrari? He is out there on his lap now. Medium tires strapped on, and he goes purple in sector 2. Pretty impressive if that's accurate. Let's find out. Coming through sector 3 now. Could have been a little bit better through there, but nothing too slow. Nice job through here. Just gotta pick the right points to turn. Could have carried a little bit more speed. Going up to the line now. What's gonna be from Mojus on the mediums? It's an 18.4, so sector 3 not particularly good for the Ferrari. On this occasion, how about Shazam just went purple in sector 1. Let's find out what his pace is like. Haas driver new to the grid tonight, and excited to see what kind of performance he's going to put in. Goes a little bit deep through there, and yeah, makes a mistake. That's going to cost him definitely at least a little bit of time. Nicely done through a fast right-hander, and that looks like who just popped up the leaderboard there? Was that? Not sure. Someone just clocked in a lap though. Shazam now, final few corners, and he's looking really good through sector 3. This could be a good lap time from Shazam up to the line, and it's a 16.5 from the Haas driver, making a statement on his debut here, putting it on P3 as it stands. Couple guys coming up to the line now, but it doesn't look like any of them on serious laps. How about just kidding out there? He's in sector. His teammate is into the pit lane. There's a Haas going up to the line right now. Who is that? That's Jay Luciano, 17.6 from Jay Luciano. A couple guys coming into the pits here. Let's see who else is out there. How about Donut? He's going right now. He's on pole position too, so let's give him a little bit of credit. Coming through the corkscrew now. He's looking good. Gonna get a little bit of dirty air from the Renault, but he will pick up at least... Oh, no. Renault pulled over, so no tow for Donut on this occasion. Oh, and he comes through sector 3 too fast, and he's lit up those soft tires, and he is into the gravel now. And yeah, just overheated the tires through sector 2, and had no grip coming into 3 there. Tough to see from Donut. Shazam has on his in-lap now. How about let's check in with Gidding. He's kicking off a lap again on mediums, and doesn't have too much ERS to play with. And 3 guys just crossed the line. I don't know what he's sandbagging this one a little bit. 18.3 is his best, but I haven't seen him turn the engine up at all. How about Slick Willie back this week in the AlphaTauri, coming through now in sector 2 up the corkscrew and looking good through there. Fast right-hander at the top of the hill and using plenty of track on the exit as well. Nice job from Slick Willie in sector 2 here. Gets a little bit of the inside curb there, and that's going to slow him down through sector 3 because that almost turned the car sideways. You saw had to add a little bit of counter steer in there just to balance it out, and now he's up to the line, and it's not looking like a horrible lap, but it's not going to be great up to the line. It's an 18.3 from Willie, so it's good for P12 as it stands. Salty, Sufjan, Evan still in the pit lane. No times from those boys. Crashmaster is done from qualifying, so once again, no lap from Crashmaster. How about Scrivo? He is warming up the tires, pulling over, going into the pit. I'm not sure. He's letting his teammate go, though. That's QJ on an out lap, and we haven't checked in with QJ this session, so let's give him a little bit of face time. Looks like Giancarlo saying JDR for pole, 16.5 on the mediums is fast. Yeah, I agree. I'd say the best time I've seen on the mediums to date is probably a low 15. That's from some of the top racers in the world, so we'll have to see if anyone can crack into that range on the softs. Right now it's not looking like it, but the track should be coming towards them now. And might be time for someone to start putting in a serious performance. Sufjan has left the session. Let's see if we can get him an invite back, because man needs to get a lap time in. Quick invite sent out for him. QJ through sector 2 now. Donut puts in a 16.368. I don't know if that's an error from the game there, but it did just pop up on my screen. I think that was an error. I think he's already been there. Just trying to keep on top of it for you guys. Kay is in the chat saying, come on, Salty. I agree. I love Salty. He's a great guy. Really enjoyed his company getting me into the league. And here we go. QJ now up to the line on the softs. He does have an interesting sector 3 there. But it's good for a 17.4 from QJ, and that pops him into 9th place as it stands. Salty is now coming out on the medium tires. Interesting strategy from Salty. But I like it. I think that's the right move if you're going to go for the mediums. Wait till the track is at optimum temperature. Evan had the same idea, by the way. He's going for the same strategy here in the Ferrari. And Salty is coming through sector 3. Let's give him a little bit of time. Man of the hour coming out of the final corner now to start his lap. Looking good through sector 1, but losing the car a little bit, and yeah, he's lost it. He's completely lost it, and the front wing is gone. And the front wing is gone for Salty. Luckily, the car's in one piece, so he can go back into the pit lane and get a fresh front wing put on, but I don't think he's too happy with himself. How about Evan, though, in the Ferrari? He has not been out yet on track. We'll give him a little bit of face time as well. And he manages to hook up sector 1 a little bit cleaner than Salty on this occasion. It was good to see from the medium runner. Brownie is in the chat. Yo, Brownie, good to see you, buddy. It's a little bit late for you as well, but glad you're tuning in for a little late night commentary. And only 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in qualifying here, guys. And then we're getting straight down to the business. 50% race coming up. Jay Luciano goes on pole. 16.0 on the medium tires. What a lap from Jay Luciano, and that's some pace right there, and that's really big time if I'm Jay all today now, because it's not going to get much better, I don't think, in this in this session. Evan with a pretty big lag spike there. Final corner now for Evan. It's looking like a really good lap on the mediums, but he did lose some time up to the line now, and that can't be right on the timing board at 23. Maybe it was right. Maybe that was Evan backing out of the lap there. Just pushing again, though. If I were you, Evan, I would have just turned the car off for one lap, let the ERS harvest. But to each his own. And you can see the Ferrari just glitching a little bit through a couple of corners here. I'm not sure what's going on. See, he's supposed to be there now. Now he's coming out of the corner. Something weird is going on right now. Who else is out there? Scrivo's going for one, it looks like. Ooh, Massive Nuggies is winding down on his final lap, and he's going to dive into the pits. That's it for Massive Nuggies. How about Exclusive Auto? He's invalidated. Keaton is coming out of the pit lane now. He M3 guy on the medium. So this is what we were waiting for. He's just been sitting back and waiting for someone to make a move, and he doesn't see one being made, so he's going to go for his mediums run. And it's looking like he's putting in a pretty good lap here, to be honest with you, coming out of the fast right-hander. He's got plenty of grip coming up to the timing line, and he's big time up. He's gone purple in Sector 2. Can he make it work in Sector 3 now? That's the question. Can he get it done? Because this is where you can find or lose so much time. It's crazy. Coming through now. He's looking really pacey through here, and this is a good lap. I would not be surprised if he puts it on pole right now on the medium tires. Out of the final corner comes the AlphaTauri, and up to the line. What's it going to be for the M3 guy? And it's just behind. It's 16.4. A phenomenal lap, late stages of this one. That's a really good performance from the M3 guy in qualifying here. How about Shazam now? Final couple of corners for him too. He's up on the Delta. Is it going to be enough to put him on the podium to start this one? Final corner and up to the line for the Haas driver on debut. And it's good for third. A 16.411 just sneaks in ahead of the M3 guy. Let's check in with our man Salty now, back out on a lap on the medium tires. And hopefully this time he makes it stick, because he only has one opportunity to get things done here in Spain. And we're going to see some times jumping up on the board. Keep an eye on the leaderboard coming up here. It looks like Ferrari of Evan just went 6th fastest. Qualifying is officially done, so no more drivers going to cross the line. But there's a bunch of them out there right now. Looks like one of the AlphaTauris is in Sector 3, and one of them is the M3 guy, so I don't want to jump the gun here. How about Exclusive Auto coming out of the final corner, though, up to the line? Let's see what he does. There's no improvement from him. Let's go on board with the Haas. Looks like, is that Shazam? He's done. Check back in with Salty. Coming up to the line now for Salty. What's it going to be? No ERS to play with here. It's good for 10th, a 17.1 on the mediums. And only had one chance to get it done, so a good lap from Salty. Late stages. How about QJ, though? He's invalidated. Anybody else out on a lap? How about Logan LaFleur? He's up on his Delta. Can he make it work in Sector 3, though? That's the question. And up to the line now for Logan. And it's pole position for Logan LaFleur. Pulls it out of the bag. Late stages. As JD hops in above him, a 15.6 on the soft tires from JDR, and that's the predicted pole position by F1 John Carlos. And man, what a lap from JD in the late stages. And guys, that is it for qualifying. That's your final rundown of the leaderboard. I know it says Salty's on a lap, but he is not, and that's going to be it. Time is up. JDR takes pole position in round 4 of Formula 20, a 15.6 on the soft tires. Logan LaFleur right behind him, 16.0 on the softs. And then you got Jay Luciano on the mediums. What a lap. What a lap from Jay. I almost find that hard to believe that he can be that high up, but I guess not, because the M3 guy is right there with him. So Donut takes 4th, Shazam 5th, the M3 guy 6th, Python 7th, Evan 8th, Scrivo 9th, and Salty in 10th. Yeah, Brownie saying that the UK has been hot. I've heard it's been thunderstorming quite a bit over there, so sorry to hear that for you guys, but glad that you're joining us for some late night racing here in the USA. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, this is Formula 20. This is some of the best US-based league racing that you're going to find. Make sure you drop a follow to the account. This is where you can find all access coverage of Formula 20 going forward. And the time is now counting down. We're going to finally get this session to be over and done with. That's it for qualifying, guys. Let's take a look at the final leaderboard. And it looks like time remaining has just dead stopped at 1 second. Let's see if anything changes. If I hit the button, nope, it doesn't. And now we got yellow flags everywhere. And finally, we are good and through into the end of this one. Yeah, what a lap from JDR. I agree, John Carlos. That was an impressive drive. And looks like AFC is in the chat with us. Had to drive through floods today here in the UK. Shame that was the case, boys. But that's it for qualifying. And yeah, Jay did get that lap in on mediums. What a performance from him. He's going to have a really good strategy coming up if he can make it stick in the race. Remember those mediums, early lap, first lap, just take it a little bit careful because you don't know how much grip is going to be out there. Get your bearings first. Here's your final rundown of the leaderboard, and the times did kind of fall off towards the back of the grid, but expect to see some interesting racing coming up. I still think Spain provides one of the better, closer racing experiences that you're going to get on the calendar. Obviously, Crashmaster is starting from dead last on the grid. He did not get a time in. I'm not sure if he retired or just decided to call it a day and crashed into the wall, but we're going to find out what everyone can do coming up now, guys. This is Formula 20 Spanish Grand Prix, and we'll get back to you in just a couple of minutes. And it looks like we are good to go here for racing, guys. Overcast conditions at Catalunya today. That means the tires are going to take a little bit longer to heat up. And when you switch over to the hards, there's going to be a little bit less grip than anticipated. Going to take longer for those puppies to kick in, but we'll get to that in the later stages of the Grand Prix. Looks like that's Evan in the chat. If I had to guess, $5 Venmo to whoever guesses how and on what lap I'm getting tossed into the sand for this race. Yeah, guys, if you want to place your bets for that one, I'm happy to be the middleman. I'll be the bookie for that one. QJ says quali ban. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Oh, that's for Crashmaster, quali ban. Makes sense, actually, because he did have some interesting moments back at both Brazil and the Netherlands. But alas, we power on. Here comes the rundown of the grid for you. JD takes pole with a phenomenal late lap in the session. A 15.6 was good enough to take the crown here today. Logan LaFleur takes P2 after missing out last week. Jay Luciano is back near the front of the grid in this one on the mediums too, so this could be interesting. Keep an eye on Jay Luciano today. If things go well for him, it could be really successful. Dona is in fourth. Shazam in the Haas debut racer, he is in fifth. The M3 guy is on the mediums, and you can see he's trying to warm them up right now. He's in sixth place. Hayden in seventh in the Renault. We have Evan in eighth in a Ferrari. Scrivo in ninth in the McLaren. Salty in the Racing Point in 10th. And then the guys starting on fresh tires today. Gator is in 11th. Massive Noogies in 12th. QJ in 13th. Slick in 14th, as you can take a look at the predicted pit stop strategy there. Mediums to hards or two-stop. I'd say it's possible to do one. It's just going to be a little bit trickier. Exclusive Auto in 15th, Keaton in 16th, Kidding in 17th, Sufjan in 18th, Mojuice in 19th. And who's that in the AlphaTauri? That must be Slick Willie, no? Crashmaster, quali band, but he's on the grid in 20th. Now we're going to go back to the grid here for the start of the Grand Prix. You see the drivers now lining up on the grid. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, guys. Who is going to take the win here at Catalunya? 33 laps. Spain coming up right now. And this is Formula 20, round 4. Lights are about to go out. Let's see who can get it done today. Drivers now back onto the grid and ready to go for this one. Here we go. Engines are on. Lights are on. Let's see who gets a good start here. And we are good to go here in Spain. Looks like the M3 guy lags a little bit on the start there, but that's the medium tires not working to full effect. Pyden is through into 6th for the moment. Let's see here. The M3 guy sends it down the inside and picks up 5th position into turn 1. Did anybody get out of shape here? It doesn't look like it. That's a McLaren, and that's QJ Round in sector 1. So I do apologize. That is QJ Round into the back of the grid, as well as his teammate Scrivo. Actually, that's Scrivo, apologies, falling down the grid. And he is off to a bad start in this one, already 8 seconds behind the rest of the field. Anybody else making mistakes? Doesn't look like it. Everyone through safely at the start of this one. A yellow flag again in sector 1, and that's a Red Bull. That's Kidding off into the corkscrew there. And he rejoins, and that's Exclusive Auto now dropping down the grid as well. So we got yellow flags, but no safety car here on lap 1, which is good to see. No one crashing out at the Grand Prix yet. Oh, and that's Exclusive Auto off through the fast right-hander in sector 2. You can see him on the mini-map there, just beyond track limits. He is going to rejoin us. We do have another yellow flag, and that's Scrivo Round as well. As the Delta goes all wacky for a moment here, and the 3 guy is not in 11th place. Can confirm. He's actually in 4th, and the safety car is out. Safety car is out. What exactly? No one appears to be out of this one. Not sure what sparked it there. Maybe just the consistent yellow flags being out, but we have a safety car. So now this is interesting. You cannot make the hard tires go for 30 laps here. I promise you, it won't work. The question being, what's everyone going to go for? Exclusive Auto is not in the lead of this race. He is in last. Not sure why it's putting him at the top for the moment. Let's check in with the chat real quick. US Ha. About that. Racing Point, let's get it. Yeah, I agree. Racing Point is off to an okay start here. Salty is now at the back. Actually, I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe just a moment for him. The good news is they're going to reform the grid. He'll get a chance to fight back for points. JD P1 and 1 safety car in lap 1, says John Carlos. Well, you were close, but it was lap 2. So now they've crossed the timing line. Here comes the Donuts back to normal. Donuts into the pit lane. So there's a bunch of the fields. Salty as well. Yeah, Brownie's saying gotta start on the same starting tires here. I think I would say the same. It's a little bit too early to pit, and plus you're just going to give up track position. You still have to make another pit stop pretty much regardless of what you do here, and it makes sense that you want to be on tires that for the moment are quicker, especially if you're on the mediums. I mean, there's just no point in going in. But you see the M3 guys in 3rd, Luciano 4th, Evan in 5th. They're all on the mediums, so that's a big advantage for them too. JD and Logan will have to pit in the next, oh god. It's going to be a little bit prolonged because of the safety car now, so maybe lap 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. Yeah, 30 laps on hards would be difficult. I did 28 at Australia on hards. That was a task. I don't think 30 is possible at Spain, just given how demanding Sector 3 is on the tires, as well as Sector 1, if we're being fair. Just going through that high-speed first corner can really put a lot of stress on the car. So we should get back to racing, hopefully on lap 5, because we do have Exclusive Auto way behind the field right now. Scrivo is a little bit closer. They should close down the gap relatively quickly. And yeah, it's strange to see the safety car come out, given there was really nothing that happened that warranted it, if you will. I didn't see anything that would cause one to come out, if anything a VSC, but yeah, you can never really know with this game. Codemasters still has not figured out everything on their end, which is a shock considering how long they've made the F1 series, but yeah, we're gonna have to deal with what we're getting for the time being. Scribo's now up to the pack. Exclusive Auto's not closing in that quickly, but he should get there before the lap ends, since the safety car is moving at pretty much negative pace. Not enough to keep heating the tires. As you can see, this guy's weaving around just to keep the tires warm. And this is bad for the soft runners, in my opinion. I'd say when the softs cool off, you pretty much can't really reheat them back up. Same with like a qualifying lap. If you're going to go for 2 runs on the same pair of softs, I would just do it back to back. Don't let them cool down, because once they cool off, you try to heat them back up and they just kind of go all loopy on you. So see if JD and Logan can make them work, but for now the safety car is coming in. Exclusive Auto has rejoined us in the pack, and all 20 of these guys are ready to go racing once again on lap 5 now. Here we go, safety car's in, and the boys are back to racing here at Spain. We have a safety car once again, not a safety car, sorry, yellow flags. I think someone made a mistake there, possibly PJ on the restart. M3 guy sends it down the inside into turn 1, gets oversteer after running into the back of Logan there, and loses out to Jay Luciano on a position. Luckily, no damage for either of them, it looks like, as Evan is in hot pursuit now of the AlphaTauri ahead of him, wants to get past, since it's going to be a little bit before M3 guy's tires calm down. He's looking to make a move here. We don't think there's much you can do on this occasion, and not into the corkscrew either. Remember, DRS won't be back online for the next, I don't know, 2-3 laps, so they won't have that advantage, as the Mercedes gets a little bit of a squiggle out of the corner there, and that's Sufjan up into 8th. Everyone's racing clean on the restart, though. Someone just ran a little bit wide there. I think that was potentially... I couldn't see who that was, to be honest with you. Do you have another yellow flag? That's Slick Willie at the back now. He's bringing up 20th place. Oh, Shazam makes a mistake in Sector 3. And he's down to 11th now. Oh, not good to see from the Haas driver, and that's the soft tires that I'm talking about. You try to get the heat back into them, but sometimes it just doesn't work. But look at JD and the Renault just pulling away on the restart lap now, and that fresh air is doing him plenty of favors out front. JD's got 1.6 back to Logan as it stands. Jay Luciano is doing his best to keep up, and he should be okay. Scribo, 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings on exceeding the track. Yellow flag, Sector 1, and that's Keaton. Keaton is down. Something's up with the Delta on the left. Yeah, we can see it's popping back to life. There we go. Okay, so Keaton's down in 18th. Doesn't look like anything's changed. Yellow flag in Sector 1 again. It's just really coming through. I'm surprised. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Tied in 3 seconds for exceeding track limits. Who else is in the mix here? Let's check in with Gator. He's getting pursued by Sufjan at the moment in the racing point. Sufjan's opted for the hard tires, so he can go for, God, almost as long as he wants, and then just needs to strap on the softs at the end. It could be a good performance for Sufjan. Let's see, is he going to get the move done here into turn 1? It didn't look like a good Sector 3. From the Williams, and Sufjan's coming up quick, and to the inside he goes. Let's see if he can make it stick into turn 1. Looks like he's through on Gator. Yes, he is, and that's Sufjan into 6th now. And the hard tires, very well done from Sufjan. Keep an eye on that man. Battle for the podium is still alive. JD is still maintaining his gap quite nicely. And Giancarlo says off to work. Time for the night shift. Enjoy, sir. Have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Brownie, if you're still in here. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope the rain and thunder isn't keeping you up too late. M3 all over the back of Jay Luciano now, but DRS is enabled on lap 7 here. Exclusive auto, 3-second time penalty. And you can see there's an AlphaTauri way off at the back there. A Slick Willy, I'm guessing. Salty's past Crashmaster for 15th. And this front running group is tucked in nicely with each other. Let's check in on the battle for 10th. Donut is in the mix here with Biden. Trying to get past Mo Juice in the Ferrari. Is a move going to be made by Donut to the inside? He goes, and it looks like he's got it done into turn 1, and so does the Renault. Biden sneaks in past Mo Juice as well. Wow, it's a bold move from the Renault driver, but well done to take 10th place away. And now the gap is forming to Massive Noogies, who is currently kind of just hanging out with Gator, and they're not really in a battle with anyone except for themselves. So we'll see if they can make moves back up to the pack here. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Who's in the pit lane? Exclusive auto. Coming back out now. Salty picks up 3 seconds for multiple warnings, and yeah, Spain, the track where it is not too difficult to abuse track limits, especially when it's as tight as it is on F1 2020. Evan does the same thing. About Sufjan though. There's Jay Luciano. Gonna go for, oh no, he's not even close to JD. I'm not sure how that's even accurate. JD is way up the field right now. And Logan's falling into a trap here. The soft tire is probably not as quick as the mediums right now. The M3 guy gets horrendous understeer from the dirty air there. Massive Noogies sneaks by Gator, and that's Shazam dropping down the order once again. He's gone off in turn 1. I'm not sure why we keep getting yellow flags. It's not anything that's coming down to drivers, as the M3 guy looks for a move here on Logan. It's not going to happen on this occasion though. He's just putting some pressure. Oh! As Evan tries to go up the inside of the M3 guy, they're getting punchy in Sector 3, and I think the M3 guy is going to have to give up the position. They go wheel to wheel through Sector 3 now, and who's going to make an error? Oh, Evan just hits the front of the AlphaTauri coming out of the final corner there. Logan is into the pits, and now the M3 guy. Let's see if he can get the move done. They both have DRS on this occasion, so pretty much going to be same speed. Who's going to back out first, though? And it's the M3 guy into turn 1 who relinquishes position and lets Evan on through. And that's giving Jay Luciano some breathing room as well, up in second place. So Jay looking good on this occasion. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Oh yeah, that's McLaren of Scrivo who's gone round, it looks like. And he's going to let Logan through too here, I'm guessing. Should at least. And yeah, Logan is now through past the McLaren driver, and Evan has a group behind him here. M3 and Sufjan keeping up with him. We got Massive Noogies on his own, Gator as well. How about Pyden? He's closing in on Donut. O-Juice has Salty and QJ to worry about behind him in the battle for 10th. Let's give these guys a little bit of camera time. Fighting for the points is no joke in a league like this. You guys have to put in a really stellar performance to make it work. And the Ferrari, if Mo Juice makes a mistake or just has a little bit of lag there, and I don't know if this is going to put Salty in a tough spot or if it's going to put the Ferrari. It's looking more like the Ferrari, but Salty's not going to go for the move on this occasion. And yeah, once again it says we have a yellow flag. I'm not sure what it's for. I'm not sure if it even knows what's going on. JD has rejoined us on hard tires now. He's in Sector 2. And he's the first of that front-running group apart from Logan to pit. You can see the gap back to Logan is quite a bit. So it didn't work for Logan on the soft tires. Let's see if he makes it up in the second stint here. Guys, thanks for tuning in. If you are still here with us in the chat, as Moju sends it down the inside of Salty, and that's an aggressive move. He's going to have to give the place back, and he does. That puts QJ off a little bit and allows JD into the mix. Yeah, QJ's soft tires must be on the absolute edge at this point. No point in taking him any further. QJ, hop into the pit lane, buddy. Get some fresh boots on. Decides not to, actually. And that's JD already on the run here. JD to the inside. And if it's QJ is smart, he's just going to let him go, because this is not a battle that he needs to fight. He does. Ooh, Evan and the M3 guy getting punchy in Sector 2 now. Guys, again, sorry, I apologize for getting cut off there. I had to chime in on a quick battle. If you are tuning in with us, if you are here in the chat, let me know who you think might take the win here at Spain. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the follow button before you head out and while you're still on stream. If you can, Amazon Prime members get free subscription to the channel with Twitch Prime. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out, so it would be much appreciated if you can do that. Please drop a subscription my way. Love coverage, love doing coverage for these guys, and definitely makes it a little bit more incentivized for me to put on the best performance possible. As you see, Mo Juice is getting a little bit bumpy through. Sorry, that's Evan actually getting a little bit bumpy through Sector 3. Sufjan's tires look like they're turned on now, and he is right on the tail of the M3 guy heading into Turn 1. Both him and the M3 guy trying to make a move on Evan here, but nothing's happening on this occasion. Ooh, Logan's in the pit again. Not sure what happened to Logan there, but now he's way down the order in 18th. Sufjan still trying to keep up with Evan and the M3 guy. The mediums should be right around the point where they're not going to be as quick as the hards anymore. You see Evan has finally gone into the pits and given the M3 guys some clean air to work with. Sufjan is still looking good. Pit window is open for the medium runners, and that's why we saw him into the pits. Jay Luciano's in as well, and I think he must have made a mistake, Jay, because he's not going to come back out. Where is Jay going to come back out? Just behind JD. My apologies, Jay Luciano, but he is right in the mix right now with JD. And he's going to have much fresher tires. Let's take a look. Let's pull up a couple of things here. And that's just the position changes for you. Sufjan's up 16 spots right now. Very impressive to see. Stops yet to be made, you can see there. And then the tires. This is what I want to take a look at. JD's tires are 2 laps older than Jay Luciano, so that's your insight. They're going to be a little bit fresher at the end. Not much, but just a little bit. And 2 laps could make the difference here, especially given how difficult this track can be, demanding on the tires. Sufjan is trying to get by the M3 guy. I think it's probably pit time, and yes, it is. Sufjan will get DRS here, and he should just start pushing to the best of his ability right now, because he's going to need to gain as much time as he can. Gator's still out there on the mediums. Donut is going for the 2-stop, it looks like. Salty's through on the mediums now. JD is through on the hards, as well as Jay Luciano. The M3 guy's coming back out right now. Where is he going to rejoin? In 7th, just ahead of Evan. Oh, and the M3 guy made an error there. Evan's through. Let's check in with these guys. They must be thinking about pitting soon. No, Gator. Sufjan's got plenty of time to keep going. He's just gonna take the hards as long as he can. Hope for the best. Donut's going for a move on Gator into turn 1. He's going to get it done well before the corner. And the Williams tucks in behind for 3rd place. Let's move back to the battle now. Jay Luciano and JD on the tail of Salty, who pit early on for medium tires. He's still going for now, and he should be able to stretch them for 3 more laps and then pit for another pair of mediums. We'll see where that puts him after he goes in, but for now he's in 4th, leading the group of JD and Jay. Sector 3 yellow flag, that's got to be Keaton making a mistake down there. Yellow flag, but it looks like everything's fine. Ooh, and that time the yellow flag was warranted. Haas just had a moment in Sector 3, and the Ferrari is through. I'm guessing that's Mojuice and Shazam battling there, as I don't think it is Jay Luciano and Evan, who are separated now by quite a bit of time, 6 seconds. That M3 guy and Evan need to close up to JD and Jay Luciano. Let's see, Gator is closing in on Donuts. Actually, sorry, Donut got by. Gator's still trying to keep up with him, but no DRS. Jay Luciano, 3-second time penalty. Now that's important. And same with JD at the same time. Sorry, that may have been just JD. My apologies. Let's check the, actually, yeah, we'll do a quick check here, just to make sure. Jay Luciano, that was a penalty. And JD. JD has 2 penalties, actually. So something to keep in mind. Right now, if the race were to end, not really in this order, I guess, but JD in Provisional 1 and Jay Provisional 2, then it would be Jay Luciano's for the taking, given the 3-second advantage he's going to have. And yeah, why is JD on lap 1? That's a good question. Gators mediums have to be approaching like critical level of wear at this point. 17 laps, you're probably looking at 70-80%, maybe even more than that. I'm not sure, but he's going to be losing time by staying out there. He might as well pit for hards because I don't think softs will get the job done. He can abuse those hards to pretty much the best of his ability if he wants, but I don't think mediums to softs is going to be a viable or even potentially possible strategy around here, unless you really lose out on a lot of time, but we'll find out. Finally, Donut and Gator go into the pit lane, and let's see what they decide to come back out on. But it should be a pretty easy decision. How's Sufjan doing in terms of the gap to the leaders? Let's see. I can't see the gap between JD, Jay Luciano. Oh, actually, no, we can. Okay. So Sufjan should come out somewhere around Salty. If I had to take a stab at it, I'd say somewhere around Salty. Makes sense. Biden has Mercedes right behind him. That's Donut out on fresh mediums, which means Donut should have the advantage in this battle and could potentially get by sometime soon, maybe even on this lap. We'll have to wait and see. But Donut is comfortably going to go to the end of the Grand Prix on the medium tires now. They come onto the start-finish straight. He's going to have DRS as the Mercedes, and he's pretty close, and I think there's not going to be too much fighting on this occasion. Pyden has let him through, and into 7th goes the Mercedes after what would be a pretty impressive two-stop strategy to take some serious points. He might even have enough pace in the bank to get up to his teammate on hard tires. We'll have to find out. Sufjan is in and out of the pit lane. And look at this, Sufjan is right in the mix with these guys. Jay Luciano, 3 seconds of time penalties up at the front. He's gotten past JD for the time being. But I would expect that to go back and forth for a couple of laps. M3 guy, multiple warnings, that's 3 seconds for him now. But Sufjan gets the move done in Sector 3, not a place I would consider an overtaking opportunity, but he makes it work. The question is he quick enough through Sector 3 to keep the gap? And Gator Boy has DNF'd, and the safety car is out. And if you're Sufjan, you gotta be kicking yourself right now, because one more lap and you would have gotten a free pit stop. You can go till the end, and no one can go for the soft tires. Question is, who's gonna go for mediums and who is going to make some positions up? This should be interesting. That safety car was brought to you by one Gator Boy. 72 DNFs on lap 21. Unfortunate to see for the Mercedes. Unfortunate that he did not get to put in all 33 laps today with us. He was running in a good spot, and I think he just got a little bit happy on the hard tires early and made a mistake. So we'll see what happens here at the end. You can see a lot of guys pitting for medium tires now. This is, I guess, an advantage for Sufjan, who is going to have fresh mediums to work with, and look at the positioning that he's put himself in. Question is, do Jay Luciano and JD go into the pit lane? Yep, Jay Luciano and JD into the pits, and Sufjan is going to take the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 22. Under safety car conditions, he has the mediums put on already. He's good to go till the end of the Grand Prix. And now the safety car is going to hold up the pack until everyone can rejoin on Sufjan, which is, this is madness. Starting in, what was it, P18? Let's take a look. It's up 17 spots, so it must be P18. Nice job from Sufjan. He's got Evan behind him on the hard tires. Evan decided not to pit. He's going to have track position. He's not going to have the pace, I would say. Jay Luciano's gone for the softs, so he's going to try to make moves early here. That's an interesting strategy. M3 guy has gone for mediums. I think that's the right call in this situation. JD has gone for softs. Massive Noogies for mediums. Pyden for mediums. Salty is staying out on his mediums. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Shazam is on the mediums. Crashmaster on the softs. Mo Juice on the mediums. Scribble on the mediums. Logan on the mediums. Kidding on the mediums. Exclusive Auto on hards, which he did not take off. He's still been on those for 7 laps. It's like Willie and QJ on mediums. Ian is 3 laps down, according to this, is on hards. Evan just got a penalty for colliding with Donut. Donut's behind him. Neither have wing damage. A little bit confused as to how that happened, but guess it is what it is. Salty 3 seconds for cutting the track a little bit too much. And hopefully we get back to racing on lap 23, but it's going to be tricky. We have a huge gap back to the rest of the field. Looks like the field, for the most part, is bunched up. Obviously, we have a couple drivers back there who have not rejoined the group yet. Let's see if the safety car is going to go in this lap, and it's looking like it might be. Although Sufjan's not too far behind. Nope, it's going to stay out. My apologies. Let's go for another lap under the safety car. Who's left the session? Is that Evan? I missed that. So either way, we're going to go back to racing on lap 25 because the field has joined back up now. The safety car is still leading us here. Sufjan, if you're just tuning in with us, has had a hell of a comeback drive from 18th on the grid up into 1st. Evan is going to try to weather the storm behind him. Donuts, Jay Luciano, M3 guy, and JD are all going to be looking to get moves done early and get themselves into prime position for the podium, potentially even the race win. But keep your eyes on Sufjan. He's put in a hell of a performance so far today, and it's not over yet. Guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're just tuning in with us, this is Formula 20 Round 4. This is the Spanish Grand Prix, and the safety car has come out for one Gator boy who lost the car coming out on his outlap on hard tires. We still have 19 in this one, so it's anyone's guess who's going to finish in the points on the podium and on pole position. But the safety car is in, and we're going to get some answers very shortly here. Don't go anywhere, because we have 9 laps coming up now to determine who will be the champion at Spain. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who might take the win here? And Eric Swan in the chat. Freaking Ken Miles out there. Couldn't agree more. Ford versus Ferrari boy. And this time around we have Merc versus Ferrari in the front, if you will. Pink Mercedes just ahead of Evan here. We're going to get back to racing now. Here comes Sufjan, final corner. Logan collides with Scrivo, and so does Evan, just touching the back of Sufjan. Sufjan, 5-second penalty for colliding with Evan. That makes no sense. And that's going to get taken off at the end of this one. Luciano up the inside, gets held up on the restart, and I think it was an illegal overtake. The M3 guy, though, is going to get through, and nope, same thing. Bunch of illegal overtakes in this occasion. JD is through into 4th. And look at that, Donut got an ignoring yellow flag. I don't even know how that makes sense. We got yellow flags all over the track. I think these guys keep getting illegal overtake after illegal overtake. Because there's a bunch of yellow flags out there. They're not necessary because they're back to racing. And that's JD into the wall. JD is into the wall. Are we going to get a safety car? Looks like he's okay. He can rejoin the track and the race, but man, that was an interesting moment there. That's Keaton, 5 seconds for colliding with Donut. And that's Donut and Salty at the back of the grid now. JD as well, unfortunate for JD. And Sufjan now is breaking away, but let's check in with Jay Luciano and Evan, because this is for, I mean, 3 points albeit, but this is for some bragging rights right here. Can Evan keep Jay behind in the Haas for the final 8 laps? And can the AlphaTauri do anything to say differently? M3 guy is not far behind on this occasion. And yeah, what a mess of yellow flags, says JD. I couldn't agree more. Yenny Yan says game is broken. And Eric Swan, no broken bones, I hope. Luckily for us, that's not an issue. Yellow flag, sector 3. Scrivo, 3-second time penalty, and Donut has retired. Here goes Jay Luciano for the move on Evan, and he gets it done, and he puts Evan off track and into the wall. And Evan is now done from this one, and we have a safety car, and that's just going to put more pressure on these guys. Who's going to make a move now? Sufjan. If you're Sufjan, you have to think about going into the pit lane. You have to, right? He's going to stay out. Jay Luciano's going to do the same. How about M3 guy? Now, you could strap on fresh soft tires here. That could be a huge advantage. I think Evan will do that. No Juice thinks about it, though. He goes in for fresh softs, I'm guessing. Yeah, why is the field so spread out right now? This is very interesting. And what a shame. Yeah, as soon as the safety car goes in, it comes back out, and that kills the momentum of the race for sure. Doesn't make it any easier for me in the booth, but we power through, because that means only 6 laps remain now when we get back to the action. If we get going on lap 28, the safety car has to leave I'd say 4 laps for these guys to go racing. So it should go in latest lap 28. If it goes in lap 29, DRS will only be online for 1 lap. And that means we're going to have some interesting moments if that's the case. It won't go in this lap, so it means we're going to get 1 more at least under the safety car conditions. And is everybody closing back up? Keaton has now moved himself up into 17th. So ADNAN, Adnan Hatkin. I don't know how to pass name, sorry. Anyways, game is broken, got a legal pass after safety car pitted, start finish line. Yeah, it looked like the game kind of hesitated and wouldn't let people go on the restart there, which makes, oh, it's the M3 guy, perfect. That makes my life easier, thank you. Yeah, it looks like the safety car just hesitated. I'm not really sure why. And it made everybody else kind of kill the power in the car, and then yellow flags everywhere. As soon as that happens and you try to overtake, it's just going to shut down, basically tell you made an illegal overtake, which obviously makes no sense because there shouldn't be yellow flags, but it's just some random glitch in this game that I don't know how they haven't figured it out yet. And guys, I normally don't speak from the heart when I'm on stream, but yeah, it makes me just as mad as it makes everybody else. Like, you don't want to see safety cars for no reason. You don't want to see yellow flags for no reason. And you don't want people getting randomly kicked out of sessions like Evan just did for absolutely no reason, because it ruins the racing experience for everybody. I couldn't be more on the same page with you there. So just know that you're not alone, and I don't think anybody feels too differently. But safety car's in now, guys, so at least we can get back to racing. Hopefully the yellow flags go away, because I do want to see some overtaking in the final few laps, and I'm guessing we are going to see some in the final few laps. Who's going to pick up the 5-second time penalty here for colliding with somebody? It's going to happen. It's almost bound to happen. Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll find out. Yanni Yin says full course yellows takes forever to go, and yeah, couldn't agree more. It just slows the car down, doesn't let you kind of get the jump that you want, and it screwed over Sufjan and Jay and the M3 guy and JD and Pied and literally everyone, including Donut, who was really in a good position. Can Sufjan go now? Nope, it keeps killing the car. Look at this. And now Sufjan gets another 5-second penalty, and so does QJ. And look at this. Yellow flags out again. So I don't even know if we're going to get to see any overtaking. JD has retired from the session. He's off in Sector 1 in the wall. And Jay Luciano is struggling to keep up with Sufjan at the moment. Let's see if anything changes here. Now we have green on the track, which means we are good to go. Get some overtakes in, boys. The race is not over yet, and there's still plenty of room for points. You see Evan's ghost pitted for medium, so it took Evan out of a good spot, put him down into 16th. Again, one of those things that this game just does not seem to get right. It doesn't really want you to win when it's controlling the game for you, which is so strange, because you think this is all about the user experience, but sometimes it's more about the money, I guess. And here comes Massive Noogies trying to keep up with the M3 guy. That's his hopes for a podium. I haven't seen him on the penalty board yet, and I haven't seen the M3 guy either. Sufjan, I'm pretty sure, is clean. Jay, I know for sure, has a penalty. And Kidding has now DNF'd in Sector 3. Please tell me the safety car can't come out with 3 laps to go. It's not possible. So they're going to keep racing, and they'll just have to recover that Red Bull at a later date. But yeah, JD says RIP, and couldn't agree more. RIP. Sorry that he got kicked out in turn 1 there, and it's an unfortunate end for JD, who was on for a really good result after starting on pole position. It's just not meant to be today, and unfortunately it doesn't feel like it's meant to be for a lot of these guys, but maybe it's meant to be for our race leader. Sufjan in the Racing Point, 18 positions gained. Sorry, 17, up from 18th on the grid to start this one. That safety car, albeit it was a lap too late for him, really played into his hands and gave him the opportunity to move up into the points big time. And now look at him just keeping the gap to Jay Luciano and trying his best to make sure that it sticks through the last few laps. He's pulled out a second gap now and puts it in 18-2 on the mediums. Good lap from Sufjan. Yeah. And Evan's in the chat now. He says, watching from the yacht like Kimmy till the end. And yeah, get some drinks in you, bud. Have a sip or two. Get a little bit of the juices flowing, if you will. Take the edge off from a disappointing, circumstance in this race. And unfortunately, won't be rejoining us for the remainder of the Grand Prix. And this is interesting. Massive Noogies has fallen off the lead battle, but he does have Pyden right within range here. Sufjan picks up 3 seconds of time penalties, so maybe the M3 guy can pull it out of the bag here. We'll see what his penalty situation looks like at the end of the Grand Prix. No need to pull it up now, and we'll get you that rear camera view shot so you can see them coming through Sector 3 now. Jay Luciano has the grip in the softs as is. He hasn't had to use them, but he makes a little bit of an error out of Sector 3 there, and that's given Sufjan some breathing room. Coming out of the final corner, he should have plenty of space to stay ahead, and Jay Luciano runs wide. Jay Luciano's under tons of pressure from the M3 guy behind him, and you can see the DRS is open and the AlphaTauri making a move to the inside, and he's going to get it done well before the corner here, slots in ahead of the Haas driver, and that's P2. Can he make the move on Sufjan? I don't know, but I think he's doing all right on penalties, and we could see a triple champion back to back in the AlphaTauri if he makes it stick. 2 more laps. Let's find out, boys. Let's find out. Crashmaster and his teammate are going at it. He makes a move to the... Ooh, and he goes way too deep there, does Crashmaster. And he's off the track. He lets through his teammate and a couple of other guys. He's spun basically half round there. Salty is back up into 11th. He's fighting with Slick Willie in Sector 2 right now. Luciano 3 more seconds of time penalties now, and that's not going to help him in the dying minutes of this race. Shazam's looking to make a move, and he gets through on Exclusive Auto, but Exclusive fights back to the inside. Shazam for the switchback. He gets it done. Does the Haas driver and back up into best of the rest points. After having a brutal start to the Grand Prix, he's in the mix for some good points here. Logan LaFleur, same thing for him after being way down the grid, is back up into 6th, and the M3 guy is pushing with everything that he has. He wants to catch Sufjan on the final lap and take it on track if he can, and it would be... Oh, and the M3 guy has spun in Sector 1, and the front wing is off, The AlphaTauri is parked up, trying to get back on track, and that's the Grand Prix win, slipping out of his hands with only 1 lap remaining, and he's off the track, letting through a couple of cars now into 9th place. And what a dramatic moment coming through turn 1. Just seemed to have lost the car, and now he's spun by QJ, and out of the points is the M3 guy, and that's going to hand this one to Sufjan, who I think is doing well enough on penalties to take the win here, and this is craziness. Lap 33, M3 guy makes a huge mistake, and it's going to cost him the win of the Grand Prix here at Spain, but Sufjan is going to come around the final few corners in the Racing Point from 18th on the grid to 1st, and the final corner for the Racing Point driver. He makes the reverse strategy work here at Spain and is going to cross the line to take the win. What a drive from Sufjan to get that one done. Massive Noogies is up to the line now. Is he going to keep the podium? He jumps to 1st. And so does Pyden. No way. Sufjan has lost the win, and Moju slots up into 4th. Logan into 5th. Shazam into 6th. Jay Luciano falls to 7th. Slick Willie finishes 8th. Salty 9th. And Exclusive Auto in 10th. And man, I had no idea that many penalties were in store for these guys. If I had only known that Massive Noogies was going to be on for the win, I would have been on board with him. I'm so apologetic that I missed that. But man, what an end to a hectic Grand Prix. Mojuice 19th to 4th. Well done, sir. Well done. Get in there, my son. And you are the driver of the day, 100%. I cannot believe the way that one ended. Let's take a look here at the final leaderboard. And I can't give it to Sufjan because you picked up too many time penalties and you gave it away. If only I had been paying more attention to the time penalties, we could have had some idea. But yeah, Evan in the chat, that's my boy Mo. What a drive. And what a race in Formula 20 Round 4, guys. I'm telling you, I don't usually get this excited. I am smiling on the other end of this, in case you're curious. And a quick shot of our winners there up on the podium. Congrats to those guys. But let's get down to the hard facts here. Sufjan had 13 seconds of time penalties. Massive Noogie had 3. And somehow that promotes him to the race win for Massive Noogies. And I'll tell you what, Mojuice 100%, I'll give you the driver of the day. 19th to 4th, no easy feat, and 0 time penalties. Take that into huge consideration. Only man on the grid not to get one, so Mojuice well deserving of driver of the day on a 3-stop strategy nonetheless. Jay Luciano does pick up fastest lap in this one, but Massive Noogies takes the win here at Spain, and let's get him in for a driver interview if we can. Would be nice to have this man break it down with us. A huge win for him here at Circuit de Catalunya. Final order, Massive Noogies takes first position, Pide in second, Sufjan rounds out the podium on a great drive from him as well. Mojuice in 4th, Logan in 5th, Shazam in 6th on debut. Jay Luciano slips back but still picks up some good points in 7th. Slick Willie, first points of the season for him, I believe, in 8th. Salty manages to recover to 9th, and Exclusive Auto takes that coveted 10th place spot. Crashmaster, QJ Keaton, the M3 guy, all missing out on points in this one, and it's a shame for the M3 guy because, man, it was looking good for him into the final few corners. But now I am joined by the victor of the Spanish Grand Prix, Massive Noogies. If you could please make sure you tick that box in the party chat so everyone can hear your beautiful voice. Man, let us know your thoughts on that Grand Prix because that was crazy.
Man, my only thought the whole race was just don't get a penalty because maybe everybody else will have one. And I lucked out, especially at the end with the safety cars. So I was midway through the race. I was prepared for just a good middle of the pack finish. And then, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, crazy that happened. I didn't quite keep on par with you during the safety cars. What did you make your stop on the first one, second one? What were you thinking?
First stop was normal because that first safety car came out pretty early. I think it was like second or third lap. I don't even know.
Right. Sorry, second or third, I should say, towards the end.
Yeah. So, I guess the safety car, it was probably around lap 20, sometime right after that. So that's when I decided to go in. And luckily, it happened right as I was driving by the pit. So couldn't have been a better place for it to happen.
Yeah, free pit stop. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, no, it was a good drive from everybody. I think it's big time credit due to you for only picking up 3 seconds of time penalties, track limits here. Very, very difficult, but a well-deserved win for you today, sir. I don't know how you feel about coming in first after such just a dramatic drive, but I'm sure it's pretty nice to pick up 25 points tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely not how I want to win a race. That's actually my first league race that I've won. That's not how I wanted to do it. But the penalty, I actually got that one penalty in Sector 3 on the last lap, so I was pretty pissed at myself. Although I was pretty sure I was going to get Luciano because I knew he had like 12 seconds or something, but I didn't know how many Sufjan had, so I got lucky.
Fair enough. Well, Massive Noogies, much appreciated for a couple minutes here, bud. Congratulations on not only your first league race win, but the victory at Spain tonight. And I'm sure we're going to see plenty more of you this season. So congratulations, sir. Enjoy it.
Grazie.
Enjoy, sir. Have a good one. And let's see if we can get Mojuice in here. since this man, he was the driver of the day. And get a quick chat with him as well. Slick Willie is in the chat. He says, I want to shout out my only fans in here. Do it for you. Guys, appreciate you, Slick. You are an absolute weapon. Congrats on the points today. Let's see if we can get joined by Mo Juice for a quick chat. Not sure if he's willing to come in, and it looks like he is now in with us. So Mo, welcome to the chat. If you wouldn't mind just hitting that box, including the audio, so everyone can hear you.
Yeah, I just did.
Perfect. Well, that was traumatic, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were joking with Crashmaster about being the last two drivers, and we're like, well, let's aim for something. I was aiming for 11th, but I didn't think I was going to finish 4th after all those penalties in front of me. So it was just exciting at the end of it. Even my dogs were barking. It was hilarious. It was fun.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. And for you, pretty much a flawless drive. Only driver on the grid not to pick up a time penalty. I think that's safe to say that definitely played into your hands at the end of the race.
Yeah, I think it helped a lot. I was just driving my lines, doing my work, and did some practicing this week, and just decided to be best to practice with strict, and so I made sure that I didn't do I didn't cut any corners or anything like that. So I was just trying to keep the race going, keep a good pace, and see where I would finish.
Yeah, and it was a great performance from you today in the Ferrari, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Well deserved, and enjoy
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a good
absolutely.
day.
Yep, you too, my man.
All right, bye.
Yep. Guys, that is going to be it for me on stream tonight. We're going to have to take a look back at the race in the stewards booth. I'm going to guess they're going to take a look at the 2 time penalties that were awarded to Sufjan for getting hit in the back. But as it stands, Mo Juice is your driver of the day, and Massive Noogies takes the win at Spain. That's going to be it for me tonight, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Before you leave, make sure you hit that follow button, and we'll see you next time.